Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the best Easter eggs found in video games. In today's episode, we find customers in trouble in Laundry Store Simulator, we discovered that we might not be alone in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and we learn the value of family in Bears in Space. If you think you know of an Easter egg secret or hidden detail that I'm yet to cover, then let me know in the comments, and if I use it in a video, I'll feature your name in the credits of a future upload. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with the excellent Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, given that KCD2 is massive, you'd think there'd be loads of places to hide Easter eggs. And you'd be right. Even in the beginning area of the game, I've managed to find multiple cool references. But the first of today's Easter eggs is out of this world. Pun intended. At this location on the map, you can spot smoke rising above the trees. Now, this could just be a campfire, but if you take a closer look, it's much more than that.
I should go back.
So this appears to be a crashed UFO. I say appears to be, as this is about as close as you can get to it without leaving the game's playable area. Now, it's highly unlikely that the UFO crashed on its own, which begs the question, where are the aliens that were piloting it? Well, I might have the answer. If you go to this location on the map, you can find this. Now, these unlucky chaps bear a striking resemblance to the supposed real aliens that were found in Mexico. Despite various people claiming otherwise, it was soon proven that they weren't aliens and were in fact, and I quote, dolls that had been assembled with the bones of animals from this planet. Or at least that's what they want you to believe. So, from one Easter egg with a big head to one with a very, very small head. At this location on the map, you can find this. So this strangely proportioned person is a reference to Harry the Hunter from Beetlejuice. If, like me, you didn't know that this guy was called Harry the Hunter before now, let me know in the comments. So I know that almost all simulator games are the same. I mean, most of them are published by the same company, and most of them run off the same engine. However, that doesn't stop me sinking more hours than I really need to into any simulator game that may contain an Easter egg. And that's what happened with Laundry Store Simulator. In this game, you wait at a bus stop and tell strangers the story of your life whilst holding a box of chocolates. Okay, so that's actually the plot of Forrest Gump. But the game is called Laundry Store Simulator, so what do you think it's about? Anyway, you spend your days cleaning, drying, ironing, and folding, and on the odd occasion, helping customers who might be stuck. I mean, I don't know how you remove someone from this situation with love, so let's pretend that's not an option. Now, you aren't confined to the four walls of your laundromat, meaning you can head outside and explore the local surroundings, and it's here we can find our Easter egg. If you crawl through the hole in the fence that I do, you can find this. So it turns out that Slender Man might just be really misunderstood, and isn't evil at all. If you tell Slendy that he isn't creepy, he will even reward you with a poster of himself, which admittedly is a bit vain, but the thought was there. So in the last episode of this series, we discovered this Easter egg from Stalker 2. I said that it was most likely a reference to the chestbursters seen in the Alien movies, but a couple of you had a different theory. You see, next to our chest-impaired friend is a guitar and a backpack, and some of you thought that this person is in fact a reference to The Last of Us and its fungi-infected creatures. I mean, I'm still not sure, but I thought that I'd bring it up as it was a theory that I saw more than once in the comments, so wanted to get your guys' opinions. The next Stalker 2 Easter egg is actually really cool. That is, if the game runs well enough for me to record it. Actually, let me quickly get something off my chest, because this has been bothering me for a while now. How is it that so many games release poorly optimized? Don't get me wrong, I have a 3080 GPU, which is a couple of generations old at this point, but seeing as Nvidia doesn't seem to be bothered about upgrading their graphics cards, I don't see why I should either. Still, the performance of Stalker 2 is all over the place, and I don't know why, which means to record smooth footage, I've resorted to playing the Xbox Series X version, which isn't something that I should have to do. Anyway, if you head to this location in Pripyat, you can find this. So this scene is a reference to the sniper scene from the one-shot, one-kill mission in Call of Duty 4. In fact, this is the exact spot that sniper shot was taken in that game, which is really cool. Now, unfortunately, in Stalker 2, the sniper found here is the M701 Super, and not the super powerful Barrett 50 cal seen in COD. But it's better than nothing. The other Stalker 2 Easter egg that I wanted to share is the Easter egg version of seeing someone from school that you didn't really like. At this location on the map, you can find this. So this sword in a bonfire is of course a reference to the bonfires seen in Dark Souls. But let's face it, you knew that already. Now, I know that a lot of people really liked High on Life, me being one of them, but I also know that the voice of Justin Roiland is enough to make people tear their own ears off.
Do you really not know what button to press? You just keep hitting buttons, triggers, all of them. One of them's gonna make me shoot.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Well, if you're looking for a comedy first-person shooter without Justin Roiland talking to you every 5 seconds, then Bears in Space might be for you. Bears in Space is a game about a man who can transform into a bear. And if that's not enough to pique your interest, I don't know what is. Like every good first-person shooter, there are loads of guns to use. Though, unlike other first-person shooters, the weapons in Bears in Space can range from your normal laser pistols all the way to anvil-launching catapults. I think the thing that I like about Bears in Space the most is that you are often rewarded for being curious, and sometimes that reward is Easter eggs. First up, on the Industrial Zone level, you can find this guy.
You know, my family always told me, it doesn't matter if you live your life a quarter micron at a time. Winning is winning. The most important thing in life will always be winning this race, right here, right now. We're racing for slips. First one around Death Mountain and back wins. Now get in your ride.
So this robot lives his life a quarter mile at a time. I mean a quarter micron at a time, and challenges you to a race for pink slips. Well, let's see what he's got.
Have you seen my dear Vincent? He told me he was going for a drive, but I haven't seen him since. I'm still mad at him for selling our house to pay for that hot rod of his. And now the bank is threatening to repossess our children. I just hope wherever he isn't living his life a quarter micron at a time.
So it turns out that the robot might talk the talk, but he definitely cannot walk the walk. And because of this, he has now left his family without a husband or father. I mean, I probably don't need to clarify this, but this family-loving, pink slips racing robot is a reference to Dominic Toretto from the Fast and Furious movies, who is of course played by Vin Diesel. Up next on the same level, you can find Ronnie Bottsville.
Hey buddy, you reckon you could hit record for me on the camera? I'm Ronnie Bottsville, and this is the Jumping into Acid.
So this is a reference to Johnny Knoxville of Jackass fame. And he's not the only Jackass member found in the game. On the train station level, you can also find this guy.
I'm Steve Zero, and this is Industrial Fan Swan Dive. Oh my butt!
So Steve Zero is a nod to Steve-O. As someone who grew up watching Jackass, I love this Easter egg. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in video games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Remember, we are trying to hit 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could subscribe and help me out, that would be awesome. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.